significant decline in the city's murder rate last year compared to 2020. And the homicide clearance rate, well, it jumped from 78% in 2021. It had been 43% the year before that. And this afternoon, I sat down with Sheriff Mike Williams to dig into these latest crime statistics.
I mean, this is what we have been wanting to see.
With less than a year and a half left in his term, Sheriff Mike Williams says tackling violent crime in Jacksonville remains his top priority. Numbers released by the Sheriff's Office show the murder rate last year was down by about 23% compared to 2020, and gunfire-related incidents were down by 20.5%.
This is not a victory lap, but in 2021, we had some success, and so we think it's a good trend and we want to continue on that.
The sheriff says his department is focusing on a small number of people in the community driving a significant portion of the violence.
Are you satisfied with the efforts to curb gang violence specifically in the city of Jacksonville?
So I'm satisfied with the effort and we've got to continue it. Less than 0.5% of our population driving about 60 to 70% of the violence. Think about that. I mean, that's a significant, impact for such a small group of people. So that's where us and the community and the state attorney's office and all of our federal partners and state partners, the mayor's office, again, with Cure Violence, all of us working together are starting to have an impact.
What is the biggest public safety issue facing Jacksonville right now?
I think like most large communities, so we're not unique in this, in my opinion, the biggest public safety threat is narcotics and the narcotics trade. And the reason I say that is because that's where the gang violence ties in.
Something he says he will continue to work on, along with building relationships with the community.
It's always constantly a work in progress, but it's good. In my opinion, those crime numbers are evidence of that. So I tell people a lot, these phones down here ring every day with people in the community, giving us information, sharing information with us.
So you spent your career here at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office,
right.
And as you approach your final year as sheriff, what do you plan to do next?
I don't know yet. So, right now I'm still a year and a half away from, the term being over. So we've got a lot of work left to do.
Will you run for office?
I will not run for office, no.
Now, one more piece of data released today, citywide traffic crashes. There were more than 40,000 last year, up from the year before, and motorcycle fatalities nearly doubled, jumping to 47 deaths last year. The sheriff says many of these crashes could have been prevented if drivers slowed down and were not distracted.